Esther chapter 4. And Mordecai learned of all that had been done. And Mordecai tore his garments, and put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the midst of the city, and cried out with a loud and bitter cry. And he went up to the front of the sovereign's gate, for no one might enter the sovereign's gate wearing sackcloth. And in every province where the sovereign's command and decree came, there was great mourning among the Yehudim, and fasting and weeping and wailing. And many lay in sackcloth and ashes. And Esther's young women and eunuchs came and told her, and the sovereigness was deeply pained, and sent garments to Mordecai to wear, and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he refused. And Esther called Hadassah, one of the sovereign's eunuchs, whom he had appointed to attend her, and she gave him a command concerning Mordecai, to learn what and why this was. And Hadassah went out to Mordecai to an open space of the city in front of the sovereign's gate. And Mordecai told him all that befell him, and all about the silver that Haman promised to pay into the sovereign's treasuries to destroy the Yehudim. And he gave him a copy of the written decree to destroy them, which was given at Shushan, to show it to Esther, and explain it to her, and to command her to go in to the sovereign to make supplication to him, and plead before him for her people. And Hadassah came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. And Esther spoke to Hadassah, and gave him a command for Mordecai. All the sovereign's servants and the people of the sovereign's provinces know that any man or woman who goes into the inner court of the sovereign who has not been called, he has but one law, to be put to death, except the one whom the sovereign holds out the golden scepter, who then shall live. But I have not been called to come in to the sovereign these 30 days. And they declared to Mordecai the words of Esther. And Mordecai commanded them to answer Esther, do not think within yourself to escape in the sovereign's palace any more than all the other Yehudim. For if you keep entirely silent at this time, relief and deliverance shall arise for the Yehudim from another place, while you and your father's house perish. And who knows whether you have come to the reign for such a time as this. And Esther commanded to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Yehudim who are present in Shushan, and fast for me, and do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I too and my young women shall fast in the same way. Then I shall go to the sovereign, which is against the law, and if I shall perish, I shall perish. Mordecai then went away and did according to all that Esther commanded him.